It is a great day to film. This is the SevenOak SK SW Pro 2 carbon fiber mini Steadicam 3-axis gimbal for video stabilization. Let's take a look what comes in the box, and I will show you, audience, how to stabilize your camera on this Steadicam and how to film with the Steadicam. Let's get into it. This video is not sponsored. Here's the box. It has the branding SevenOak, you can see in the front. Then on the other side, more information. On the other side, more information. And on the back, more information. Now, this is a mid-range Steadicam, so this is not a high-end. Opening the box, I have used the Steadicam twice. The first time I was filming a wedding, and a second time I was filming also a wedding. Comes with this styrofoam. Inside you'll have your Steadicam. You will have 4 weights. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 weights. And the rest of the Steadicam. That's pretty much comes with the box. From the bottom, you have 2 weights that unscrews. So this unlocks, and then you can adjust the height of it. And then this closes, and then this one also, this is to adjust your handle. And make sure that it doesn't hit where your quick release plate is. So it has to have at least just a tiny bit of where it doesn't even hit, and then you just lock it in. So the height adjustments is from 17 inches to 28 inches. You have a grip here to hold it. The last part, which is the quick release part. This plate does come out. And it does adjust from left to right. It has a bubble level to let you know if you are balanced. If the bubble is in the middle, you are balanced correctly. I also got a quick release plate for this Steadicam because you have to take out this whole quick release plate, and that is a very time consuming thing because then you have to put it back in, so you have to rebalance everything again. To fix that problem, I got a quick release plate that is all metal. There's no plastic parts at all. And also with this Steadicam, everything is, so your bottom is your metal, and then this is your carbon fiber. This is metal, and this is very like cheap foam, and everything else is metal. Back to the quick release plate, I take a key, any keys you can use, and then you unscrew this. You have to unlock it. And then you move it, and then you place it underneath. You twist it just a tiny bit, and then you move your whole quick release back, and then you slide this all the way down, and I'll explain why later. Then you screw this in, and you have to make it as straight as possible, because if you make your quick release a little bit towards the left or right, then you have to rebalance everything from the bottom to the top. That won't be fun. Once you have positioned your quick release plate, you screw it in. I will link all these items down below so you can check it out. Once you have positioned and placed your quick release plate, you can move it, as you can see. But it won't move all the way towards that way. So you have to move it back a little bit. This is the plate. Just locks it in there, and it won't go anywhere. It does has a small pin to lock it, so you won't by an accident take off the quick release plate, so your camera is safe here. Here are the pros and cons about the Steadicam. The pros, yes, it is lightweight. That's all I could say about the Steadicam. It's just lightweight, it's carbon fiber, it's well built. The cons is these foam are very cheap. And here's one thing you have to really consider if you're wanting to purchase this, is that this foam grip would slide off easily, as you can see. So what I have done is purchased a Velcro handle grip, you would call it Velcro, let's just call it Velcro handle grip, something like that. I bought this for my luggage because I needed to see which luggage was mine, and so a bright color, I could tell this is my luggage. And then I purchased the Steadicam. So I did not purchase this with the Steadicam. I purchased this long time ago. So what you do is you just place this here, you would strap it in. It does tighten it a little bit so it won't go anywhere, and then you would have a nice comfortable grip to hold it, and then you would just adjust it how comfortable it's for you. You were wondering, why isn't this way where the two weights are on the bottom and this is facing this way? Well, the reason is that the quick release plate does not fit here. It only fits here. That is one also con. Even if you look in the box, the camera is facing towards that way. I don't know why they have designed it this way, but it works for a mid-range Steadicam. I'll switch my Canon 80D to my S7 Edge to show your audience how to stabilize your DSLR or mirrorless on the Steadicam. Before you put your camera on the Steadicam, make sure that you would take off the cap from your DSLR and then put your SD card in, and also use the battery that you're going to be using. If you place a third-party battery, you have to rebalance the whole Steadicam. So make sure that you place the battery that you're going to use on the Steadicam. So placing the battery, taking off your straps from your DSLR, because what happens is that if you have these straps on, it tends to go from left to right and it won't be that stable and you won't have that smooth shot. So cap off, straps off, battery and SD card in, and you're set to put this on. You would take your quick release plate and then match it to how it needs to be positioned in there. You lock it in there and make sure that's very straight. So make that it's really tight in there, and you're ready to put your camera on the Steadicam. The weights on the bottom on the Steadicam, I put them all the way out. Untwist this, and as you can see, I put my weights all the way out, tighten up, make sure that one is also tight. That's tight, that's tight. Make sure that everything is tight, and that also make sure that your handle does not hit the top quick release plate. So putting the DSLR on there. With the Steadicam is that you got to make sure that when you unlock it from your quick release plate, make sure that your lens does not hit the quick release plate of the Steadicam. It's really bad to hit your lens. So when you unlock it and raise your camera, make sure that you don't hit that quick release plate, and putting back on the same weight also. Just hold on to your DSLR when you're putting it on and taking it off. Now that the camera is on there, I use the spirit level of the Canon AD. It has a built-in level, so it only does side to side, not forward and backward, which it helps a lot to see if you're balanced or not. Make sure that all the knobs are tightened. And now let's adjust this. If I let go, see, it tends to fall that way. So what I have to do is twist this and lock it in. Let's see if it's balanced or not. So now it's going a little bit forward. So I gotta readjust it. Every micro adjustment counts. So take your time to adjust that slight bit, because every micro adjust, it will make your footage much smoother. To make sure that you're balanced, move it from forward, backward, right, left, and back. So it should have just a slight bit of movement, not too much, and should stabilize it. It should not go like this or like this. So if you move it from forwards, backwards, right, left, you should see not move too much. If you think this is perfect and you look at your level on your DSLR, looks good. So now it's for the time drop test. You take it like this and you would count 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. So 3, 1,000 should be right over here. If your 3, 1,000 seconds would be over here, you would need to lower your Steadicam and adjust it. You don't want like this seasickness movement of left and right. You want the Steadicam to be as stable as possible. And you are ready to start filming and making that glide smooth. If you need to film a low ground shot, what you do is you untwist where you adjust your handle, and you would just go all the way down, and then you would twist that. And then what would happen is that the weight of the camera would pull it all the way down. You can have that low ground shot. Hopefully that helped out how to film on the Steadicam. It might take some time the first time to stabilize the Steadicam, but once you get it, it'll just be really simple to stabilize your camera on the Steadicam. After unboxing, getting the quick release plate on there, micro adjusting each individual from the top to the bottom, making it stable, and now you are ready to film. How to film with a Steadicam is you have to have your back straight, bend your knees a little bit. The way you would hold your handle is by taking your palm and circling it like this. So that way you'll be much comfortable and you can do it for a longer period of time of filming. And then you would just walk and you would tap the Steadicam constantly to adjust each a little bit of movement. What this helps with filming is that you can churn it, and if you're filming sideways, or if you're filming the other side, or if you're filming straight. When I'm talking about Steadicam, I'm talking about your fly cam, your glide cam, and all the Steadicams out there. So Steadicam just means that it is a video stabilizer. With a Steadicam, it takes a lot of practice to get good at. If you thought this video was helpful, share it. If you liked this video, hit that like button. Click the notification bell to get notified when there's a new video. And also, subscribe. Until next time.